Ladies and gentlemen, the question I want to pose to you today is simple, yet profound. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Jim, what do you mean by that? Why not me for what? And that's a fair question, so let me explain. When I ask why not you, I'm talking about success. I'm talking about achievement. I'm talking about living the life of your dreams. I'm talking about becoming the person you've always wanted to be. Why shouldn't you be the one to achieve great things? Why shouldn't you be the one to reach the top of the mountain? Why shouldn't you be the one to turn your dreams into reality? You see, too many people in this world are living lives of quiet desperation. They're settling for less than they're capable of. They're watching others achieve great things and thinking to themselves, well, that's nice for them, but I could never do that. And I'm here to tell you, that kind of thinking is not only wrong, it's dangerous. It's dangerous because it robs you of your potential. It's dangerous because it keeps you stuck in mediocrity. It's dangerous because it denies the world the unique gifts and talents that only you possess. So today, I want to challenge that kind of thinking. I want to plant a seed in your mind, a seed that I hope will grow into a mighty oak of success and achievement. And that seed is this simple question. Now let's break this down a bit. When we look at successful people, whether they're business leaders, artists, athletes, or any other kind of high achiever, what do we see? Do we see superhumans? Do we see people with magical powers? No. We see ordinary people who have done extraordinary things. Take any successful person you admire. Let's say it's a business leader who's built a multi-million-dollar company. Now, did this person have two heads? Did they have super strength? Of course not. They were a regular person, just like you and me. They had 24 hours in their day, just like you and me. They faced challenges and obstacles. So what was the difference? Why did they achieve such great success while others didn't? It wasn't because they were chosen by some cosmic force. It wasn't because they were lucky. It was because they believed in themselves. They asked themselves, why not me? And then they went out and made it happen. You see, success isn't reserved for a special few. It's available to anyone who's willing to work for it. Anyone who's willing to learn, to grow, to push themselves beyond their comfort zone. And that includes you. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but Jim, you don't understand. I'm not talented enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the right background or education. And to that I say, let me tell you something. Success is not about talent. It's not about IQ. It's not about where you came from or what school you went to. Those things can help, sure, but they're not the deciding factors. The deciding factor is you. It's your mindset. It's your willingness to learn and grow. It's your determination to keep going when things get tough. I've seen people with all the talent in the world fail because they weren't willing to put in the work. And I've seen people with seemingly no advantages whatsoever rise to the top through sheer grit and determination. So don't you dare tell me you're not good enough. Don't you dare sell yourself short. Instead, I want you to start asking yourself, why not me? Why shouldn't you be the one to start that business you've been dreaming about? Why shouldn't you be the one to write that book? Why shouldn't you be the one to run that marathon or learn that new skill or travel the world? The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. And the beautiful thing is you have the power to remove those limits anytime you choose. You have the power to rewrite your story, to reshape your future. All it takes is a change in mindset and a willingness to take action. Now, let's talk about action for a moment, because asking, why not me, is a great start, but it's not enough on its own. You've got to back it up with action. You've got to be willing to do the work. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who work. It comes to those who are willing to get up early, stay up late, and do whatever it takes to turn their dreams into reality. I remember a young man I met years ago. He came up to me after one of my seminars, all excited. He said, I'm Mr. Rohn, I'm going to be a millionaire. And I said, well, that's great. What's your plan? And he looked at me confused and said, Plan? I don't need a plan. I'm just going to be a millionaire. Now, I admired this young man's enthusiasm, but enthusiasm without action is like a car without gas. It looks good, but it won't get you anywhere. So I told him, son, becoming a millionaire isn't an event. It's a process. It's a series of decisions and actions taken day after day, years. And that's what I want you to understand. When you ask yourself, why not me? You're not magically going to wake up the next day with all your dreams fulfilled. It doesn't work that way. What you're doing is giving yourself permission to start the journey. You're opening the door to possibility. But once that door is open, you've got to walk through it. You've got to be willing to take that first step, and then the next, and then the next. You've got to be willing to fail, to learn from your mistakes, and to keep going and when things get tough. Because here's the truth. The road to success is not a smooth, straight path. It's full of twists and turns, ups and downs. There will be obstacles. There will be setbacks. There will be times when you want to give up. But here's the key. The successful people, the ones who achieve great things, they're not the ones who never face obstacles. They're the ones who keep going in spite of the obstacles. They're the ones who look at a setback and say, I will learn from this and come back stronger. And that's what I want for you. I want you to develop that kind of resilience. I want you to become the kind of person who doesn't let failure stop them, but instead uses it as fuel to push even harder. Because when you combine that's why not me, mindset with consistent, determined action, that's when magic happens. That's when you start to see real changes in your life. That's when you start to achieve things you never thought possible. Now, let me ask you something. What's your big dream? What's that thing you've always wanted to do, but never thought you could? Maybe it's starting your own business. Maybe it's writing a book. Maybe it's running a marathon, or learning to play an instrument, or traveling the world. Whatever it is, I want you to hold that dream in your mind right now. Really visualize it. See yourself achieving that dream. Feel the emotions you'd feel if you actually did it. Now ask yourself, why not me? Why shouldn't I be the one to achieve this dream? Why shouldn't I be the one to make this happen? And here's the thing, there is no good answer to that question. There is no valid reason why it can't be you. The only thing standing in your way is you. Your doubts, your fears, your limiting beliefs. But here's the good news. Those doubts, those fears, those limiting beliefs, they're not real. They're just thoughts. And thoughts can be changed. You see, your mind is like a garden. The thoughts you nurture are the ones that will grow. If you constantly tell yourself, it's too hard, I'm not good enough, those are the thoughts that will take root and flourish. They'll choke out any possibility of success. But if you start planting different seeds, if you start nurturing thoughts, like why not me? I can do this, I am capable, those are the thoughts that will grow. And as they grow, they'll crowd out those old limiting beliefs. They'll create new possibilities in your life. So I challenge you, start changing the conversation in your head. Start asking yourself, why not me? Every single day. Make it a habit. Make it. When you see someone achieve something great, instead of thinking, I could never do, that's all. Ask yourself, why not me? When an opportunity comes your way that seems too big or too challenging, instead of shrinking back in fear, ask yourself, why not me? And here's the really exciting part. As you start to change your inner dialogue, you'll start to see changes in your outer world. You'll start taking actions you never thought you'd take. You'll start achieving things you never thought you could achieve. Because here's the truth. Success is not about being special. It's not about being chosen. It's about choosing yourself. It's about deciding that you are worthy of success, that you are capable of greatness. And let me tell you something. You are worthy. You are capable. You have greatness within you just waiting to be unleashed. All you need to do is give yourself permission to shine. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but Jim, you don't understand. I've tried before and failed. I've had setbacks. I've been disappointed. And to that I say, welcome to the club. Every successful person you admire has failed. Every single one. They've had setbacks. They've been disappointed. But here's the difference. They didn't let those failures define them. They didn't let those setbacks. They picked themselves up, dusted themselves off, and kept going. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, failed thousands of times before he succeeded. But do you know what he said about those failures? He said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That's the kind of mindset you need to cultivate. You need to see failures not as endings, but as beginnings. Not as proof that you can't do something, but as lessons that bring you one step closer to success. Because here's the thing. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. It's a necessary step on the road to achievement. The only real failure is giving up. So I want you to make a commitment to yourself right now. Promise yourself that you will never again use past failures as an excuse not to try. Promise yourself that from this day forward, you will see every setback as a setup for a comeback. And most importantly, promise yourself that you will keep asking that all-important questions. Now, let's talk about fear for a moment, because I know that for many of you, fear is the biggest thing holding you back. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. And let me tell you something, that's normal. Fear is a natural human emotion. Everyone feels fear. Even the most successful people in the world feel fear. The difference is they don't let that fear stop them. You see, courage is in the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Courage is looking at that big, scary goal and saying, I'm terrified, but I'm going to do it anyway. Why not me? I want you to start seeing fear not as a stop sign, but as a sign that you're on the right track. Because if your goals don't scare you a little bit, they're probably not big enough. Think about it. If you're not feeling any fear, if you're completely comfortable, what does that mean? It means you're not growing. It means you're not pushing yourself. It means you're settling for less than you're capable of. And that, my friends, is the real tragedy. The tragedy isn't failing while trying to achieve great things. The tragedy is never trying at all. The tragedy is looking back on your life and wondering, what if? What if I had taken that chance? What if I had pursued that dream? What if I had asked myself, why? Don't let that be your story. Don't let fear rob you of your potential. Embrace the fear, use it as fuel. Let it push you to become more than you ever thought possible. Now, I want to talk about something that's critically important when it comes to achieving success. Your environment. You've probably heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And let me tell you, there's a lot of truth to that. Your environment, the people you surround yourself with, the information you consume, the places you spend your time, has a huge impact on your mindset and your actions. If you're surrounded by negative people who are always complaining and making excuses, guess what? That negativity is going to rub off on you. But if you surround yourself with positive, ambitious people who are always striving to be better, that's going to rub off on you too. If you're around people who are constantly asking themselves, why not me? You're going to start asking yourself the same question. So take a good, hard look at your environment. Are the people in your life lifting you up or pulling you down? Are they encouraging your dreams or dismissing them? Are they pushing you to be better or enabling you to stay the same? If you find that your current environment isn't supporting your growth and your goals, it's time to make some changes. Now, I'm not saying you need to cut people out of your life, but you might need to limit your exposure to negative influences and seek out more positive ones. Read books by successful people. Listen to motivational podcasts. Attend seminars and workshops. Join groups of like-minded individuals who are on the same path as you. Create an environment that nurtures your why not me mindset. Remember, your mind is like a sponge. It's constantly absorbing information from your environment. So make sure you're feeding it the right kind of input. Make sure you're surrounding yourself with people and ideas that reinforce your belief in yourself and your potential. Now let's talk about goals, because asking why not me is great, but you need to have a clear idea of what you're aiming for. You need to have specific, measurable goals that you're working towards. You see, success doesn't just happen. It's not something that falls into your lap one day. Success is the result of having a clear vision of what you want and then taking consistent action to make that vision a reality. So I want you to get crystal clear on what success looks like for you. What do you want to achieve in the next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years? Write it down. Be specific. Don't just say, I want to be rich. Say, I want to have a net worth of X dollars by this specific date. And here's the key. Your goals should scare you a little bit. They should be big enough to excite you, to motivate you, to make you ask, why not me? If your goals don't make you a little nervous, they're probably not big enough. Once you have your goals written down, I want you to look at them every single day. Read them when you wake up in the morning and before you go to bed at night. Let them sink deep into your subconscious mind. Let them fuel your why not me mindset. And then, and this is crucial, take action. Every single day, do something that moves you closer to your goals. It doesn't have to be something big. Small, consistent actions add up to big results over time. Remember, success is not about making one big leap. It's about taking many small steps in the right direction. It's about consistent, persistent action over time. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but Jim, what if I don't achieve my goals? What if I fall short? And to that I say, so what? At least you tried. At least you pushed yourself. At least you grew in the process. You see, the beauty of asking, why not me, is that it shifts your focus from the outcome to the journey. It's not about whether you reach the exact goal you set for yourself. It's about who you become in the process of pursuing that goal. Because here's the truth. The person you become on the journey to success is far more important than any material success you might achieve. The skills you develop, the mindset you cultivate, the resilience you build, these are the real rewards. These are the things that will serve you for the rest of your life, regardless of whether you reach your specific goal or not. So don't be afraid to set big goals. Don't be afraid to dream big. Ask yourself, why not me? And then go after those dreams with everything you've got. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to success. Gratitude. You might be wondering what gratitude has to do with asking, why not me? Well, let me tell you, it has everything to do with it. You see, gratitude is the foundation of abundance. When you're grateful for what you have, you open yourself up to receiving more. When you appreciate the blessings in your life, you create space for even more blessings to come your way. But more than that, gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have. It helps you recognize the resources, skills, and opportunities that are already available to you. And when you can see those things clearly, it becomes much easier to ask, why not me? So I challenge you to start practicing gratitude every single day. Wake up each morning, and before you do anything else, think of 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. Maybe you're grateful for the warm bed you slept in, or the coffee you're about to enjoy, or the fact that you have another day to pursue your dreams. As you make gratitude a habit, you'll start to notice a shift in your mindset. You'll start to see opportunities where before you only saw obstacles. You'll start to recognize your own strengths and capabilities. And most importantly, you'll start to truly believe that you deserve success. Because here's the thing. Many people struggle with success not because they're not capable, but because deep down they don't believe they deserve it. They've internalized limiting beliefs about their worth, about what's possible for them. But gratitude can help break through those limiting beliefs. It can help you recognize your inherent worth and the abundance that's available to you. So as you ask yourself, why not me? Couple it with gratitude. Say to yourself, I'm grateful for all that I have, and I'm worthy of even more. Why not? Now, let's talk about discipline, because asking why not me is a great start, but it's not enough on its own. You need to back it up with disciplined action. You need to be willing to do the work, day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what bridges the gap between your goals and your achievements. It's what turns your why not me mindset into tangible results. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers. You see, success isn't about doing extraordinary things. It's about doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. It's about showing up every day, putting in the work, and staying committed to your goals, even when the initial excitement has worn off. It's about getting up early to work on your business, even when you'd rather sleep in. It's about sticking to your budget, even when you're tempted to splurge. It's about continuing to learn and grow, even when you feel like you already know enough. Discipline isn't always fun. It's not always exciting, but it's absolutely necessary if you want to turn your why not me mindset into reality. So I challenge you to cultivate discipline in your life. Start small. Pick one area where you want to improve and commit to taking consistent action every single day. Maybe it's exercising for 30 minutes, or reading for an hour, or working on your side business for 2 hours. Whatever it is, commit to it and do it every day, no matter what. As you build discipline in one area of your life, you'll find that it starts to spill over into other areas. You'll start to develop what I call a success habit, a habit of showing up, doing the work, and making progress towards your goal. And here's the beautiful thing: as you develop discipline, as you start to see results from your consistent efforts, your belief in yourself will grow. Your why not me mindset will become stronger. You'll start to see firsthand that you are capable of achieving great things. Now, as we start to wrap up, I want to talk about one last thing: legacy. Because why not me isn't just about achieving success for yourself. It's about making a difference in the world. It's about leaving a mark that outlasts. You see, when you embrace the why not me mindset, when you push yourself to achieve great things, you're not just changing your own life. You're setting an example for others. You're showing what's possible. You're inspiring others to ask, why not me, in their own lives. Think about it. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every step forward in human progress started with someone asking, why not me? Why not me to invent this new technology? Why not me to start this revolutionary company? Why not me to make a difference in my community? So I want you to think beyond just your own success. I want you to think about the impact you can have on the world. I want you to ask yourself, why not me to make a real difference? Why not me to leave a lasting legacy? Because here's the truth: you have unique gifts, unique talents, unique experiences that no one else in the world has. You have something valuable to offer that no one else can offer in quite the same way. And the world needs what you have to give. So don't sell yourself short. Don't play small. Don't let fear or doubt or negative self-talk hold you back. Embrace your potential. Embrace your power. Embrace your ability to make a difference. Ask yourself, why not me? And then go out and make it happen. Take action. Do the work. Stay disciplined. Keep pushing forward even when things get tough. Remember, success is not about luck. It's not about circumstances. It's about choice. It's about deciding that you're worthy of greatness and then backing up that decision with action. So I challenge you, from this day forward, make why not me your mantra. Let it guide your decisions. Let it fuel your actions. Let it push you to become more than you ever thought possible. Because here's the truth: there is greatness within you. There is potential within you that you haven't even begun to tap into. There are achievements waiting for you that you can't even imagine right now. All you need to do is believe in yourself. All you need to do is give yourself permission to succeed. All you need to do is ask that simple, powerful question, why not me? So go forth from here with that question burning in your mind and in your heart. Face each day, each challenge, each opportunity with the mindset of why not me? And watch as your life transforms, as you achieve things you never thought possible, as you become the person you were always meant to be. Remember, the world is waiting for what you have to offer. The world needs your unique gifts, your unique perspective, your unique contribution. So don't hold back. Don't play small. Step into your greatness. Why not you? Why not now? The choice is yours. The time is now. Go out there and make it happen.